Be it college or be it a career, there will always be a place for you in New York City.
Rehabilitative justice is something that is unfortunately not the most popular thing in the United States. However, Zohran Mamdani has changed the game and hit it out of the park again, this time by giving an incredibly motivational and empowering speech to high school graduates currently incarcerated at Rikers Island.
You watch as it spins through its seasons, as millions of New Yorkers roll through their days while you remain on the edges, on the outside looking in. Even today's momentous achievement, you may at times still feel that way, like the world is moving without you. It may feel like you are too far behind to even try. I come here today as the mayor of our city to tell you that nothing could be further from the truth. If today is proof of anything, it is that you have the power to move your life forward even when everything feels like it is pulling you backwards. And no matter what is waiting for you on the other side of your degree, be it college or be it a career, there will always be a place for you in New York City.
And I love this speech so much because Zohran is not talking down to them. He's not patronizing. He's not even getting political at all, right? Zohran is just treating these graduates with the level of humility and respect that we all deserve because that's the kind of guy he is. We need more leaders and speakers who will stand up and support those who need it most, like Zohran, right? And you can really see the impact that he has on these students just by being there and showing up and showing support in the best way possible.
Elijah has become an inspiration for his fellow classmates, pushing both himself and his peers to strive for more.
That made me feel so happy, I didn't honestly think he would be here, but it helped, someone cares about the incarcerated individuals in this jail. Everybody that's here right now wants to change, so school is definitely a part of change, your education, you could change a lot, you could change the world.
We just heard from Elijah Smith, a student who just graduated who spoke about his experiences and having this program being something that has genuinely changed his life for the better.
As I started going to school, I felt liberated. I felt like I was making my own choices, a decision that wasn't decided by anybody in a uniform, anybody else for that matter.
Even after he completed his studies 3 months ago, he kept returning to mentor other students, advocating for the city to start a paid tutoring program.
When you graduate, you're not supposed to keep going to the school floor, but I begged the captain, I begged her because, I wanted to help people. I wanted people to also graduate with me.
And now here we are, with 56 graduates who have the support from the mayor on their side, right? When their entire lives, they probably felt like the entire world was against them, the entire system, pushing them down. And now they have the mayor actually coming out and saying, no, you do have a place in the city. We will find places for you. In total, 57 students ages 18 or older graduated from the East River Academy this year, earning their high school degrees or GEDs. And about 40 of them were in attendance at the graduation. And there was balloons and everything like that, and family members, and even the chancellor, Kamar Samuels, says that he plans to launch a peer mentorship program for students at Rikers in which a cohort of incarcerated men can develop leadership skills. Even the school's valedictorian got to go up and give a speech. Valedictorian Andrew Pashinin, who is 20 years old and an aspiring photographer, said, quote, "Today means a lot to me. It means the ability to step forward, to make new opportunities, go to college, and also just inspire my peers, and set a better tone for the environment here in jail, and to really just make myself be able to become a better person." His mom also spoke to reporters there and saying that she appreciated Mamdani's message and saying that, him not defining him by his mistakes actually makes a big difference. She then says, 16 months here have been difficult for us. Today seems like a little graduation from all that suffering. Even though he's still here, his mind is different. Zohran Mamdani just has a dynamite moral compass, right? I feel like he's always on the right side of an issue, whether that is standing up for the rights of those who are incarcerated at Rikers to New Yorkers who cannot afford to live in the city that they were born in, or even internationally when it comes to his diehard support for Palestine and their survival against genocide.
You were out with your congressional hopeful Brad Lander this past weekend, who also will be there at the Sanders rally, but you guys were at a Jewish-Muslim solidarity rally. And I bring that up because I contrast that a little bit with your decision not to be at the Israel Day Parade, which you've been very public about why you did not want to be there. My question is, what do you see as the difference in those solidarity appearances? And do you think it sends the wrong message to Jewish members of the city who did go to that Israel Day parade?
I've said time and again that I believe as the mayor of our city that the ability for a parade to take place, for it to be safe and secure, should not be contingent on whether or not the mayor is present. There are a number of New Yorkers who attended that parade. My job was to prepare for that parade, to work with our police department to ensure that it could be a safe experience. And also that solidarity with a government that is committing genocide is a very different thing than a question of solidarity with people of a specific faith. I'm proud to be a mayor of a city with the largest Jewish population in this country, and I'm prouder still of the kind of solidarity we've seen across the city. And to your point about former controller and hopefully soon to be Congressman Brad Lander, he is such an incredible example of what that solidarity can look like. And
Exactly. Right? Solidarity with Israel is not the same thing as solidarity with Jewish people across the city, right? And the actions of the Israeli government are independent from the faith that they, use as a shield to deflect from all criticism. But it's not just Zohran saying that. It's Brad Lander as well.
As a proud Jewish New Yorker, I will join you in that fight to end occupation and apartheid and genocide.
And not only that, but Brad Lander is just on an absolute tear right now, just digging into his opponent for Congress at a televised debate earlier this week for being aligned with AIPAC.
I do think that AIPAC has some real problems and is harmful in many ways, but they are an organization that I coordinate, that I discuss things with.
I have never taken AIPAC money. I never will take AIPAC money. Representative Goldman is endorsed by them. It's one more very clear distinction in this race.
And that is a big distinction. AIPAC is a dark mark on any congressional candidate's record now because at large, the American populace, especially within the Democratic Party, has completely turned on Israel and AIPAC. It is an 80-20 issue. And if you're below the age of 50, no matter what party you are, Israel is in the negatives, right? And yet there are still a bunch of Democrats, career politicians, taking AIPAC money and aligning themselves with Israel and the Israeli government when no one inside the Democratic base wants that. No one wants that at all. And Brad Lander and Zohran Mamdani are just the perfect example of finding political solidarity in these moments, right? They don't agree on every issue, right? But as Brad Lander says here during the debate, them cross-endorsing each other last year showed a lot of people that politics, especially on the left, can be a team sport, right? It doesn't have to always be blood sports.
Mr. Lander, do you believe Mayor Mamdani represents the future of the party? Why or why not 60 seconds?
I mean, I am very proud to have Mayor Mamdani's support in this race, and I was proud last year to cross-endorse him. Obviously, I ran for mayor with the goal of being mayor, but I did not want Andrew Cuomo to be the mayor of New York City. And so when the time came, I cross-endorsed him so that he could win that election. And it unleashed a nice sense of solidarity. People said to me, wait, you mean politics doesn't have to be a sour, selfish ego trip? It could be a team sport for the values you share. Jewish New Yorkers and Muslim New Yorkers don't have to be divided. Representative Goldman could not even endorse Zohran in the general election when he was the Democratic nominee for mayor running against a serial sexual harasser who betrayed our party. It's one more important difference to consider in this race.
Thank you, Mr. Goldman.
So from delivering inspirational remarks to inmates at Rikers to standing up for Palestinians whenever he gets the chance, Zohran Mamdani continues to be the great leader that he promised New Yorkers last year. And the fight for justice and more progressive candidates across the United States will continue in the months and years to come. And you know for sure that we will be there along for the ride. So if you want to join us on this fight, be sure to subscribe to US Democratic Socialists, leave a like on this video, and also don't forget to comment. I would love to hear your thoughts about this whole situation and more. So do all that good stuff and have a great day. I'm Iago Lashua. Goodbye.